Hello, good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy afternoon. Steve, how you doing?
Hey, not bad.
That's good. Cool.
I've got the stream muted currently, which is good because it's playing that Reese's shoe ad.
Your absolute favorite. Absolute
hmm
favorite ad. Oh, it's horrible. Anyway, welcome to Midweek Point and Click. We are back. We are on episode 2 of um Broken Sword 2, The Smoking Mirror. Um, we have a new emote in the chat to correspond to this game. We have a panties emote. So if you want to throw your panties, feel free. We last week we couldn't do it because I had to run some errands, but we are back ready for action. Steve, how do you reckon you are in memory in letting everybody know what happened on the first episode?
there's a bit of a blank spot because I was trying to think of the last half. The first half I remember
Mm-hmm.
starts off where we got captured by some people and locked tied up on a chair. And they had multiple ways of killing us because I think they set a fire and released a dangerous jungle spider on us.
Yeah.
The jungle spider being like one of those things you see in like old movies that is completely impractical, where you can't just release, even if it is an exotic spider, you can't just release a spider in a room and have it immediately try to kill the nearest mammal. Like that
Yeah,
just doesn't happen.
it was like it was a trained attack spider or something. I don't know.
Yeah, which those things are just basically organic machines. Like this can't even train them. But yeah, so that was really weird. But that's one of those things that yeah, it's like sort of throwback, but it's doesn't make sense. Escaped all that. We met up with Nico, so apparently they had like a falling out, I guess. It's never stated why, but we assume like I just assume that it's basically probably his performance in the bedroom, probably.
Oh,
Like
brutal, Steve. He could have
I
a
reckon so.
massive hog. You never know.
I reckon it's probably as dusty as the relics they both try to find. Um, but yes, but we met up with them because now we have, similar to number one, we have got a common um, adventure to go on.
Mm,
Um, but I'm struggling after that because I know there was the dickhead archaeologist that
yeah.
he's the one that gave her panties. Sexy. It's the weirdest move I've seen made on someone who's in the friend zone. Because I think it's he's pretty much in the friend zone, or not even the friend zone, colleague zone. Um, so his way of trying to break out is to send her a sexy pair of panties.
Do you remember
Um,
those, Steve, when our friend Johnson gave Cookie Dough Dreams a sex toy in the same fashion as this game?
oh, you might have said. I don't think I knew that until that last stream when you said that.
Yeah. So there you go.
I knew about her. She's the
It,
one that we went to Coco Black. No, not Coco Black. Uh, Kobe. No, what's the Pacino's restaurant? I'm blanking on the
oh,
name.
was she with us? Was she? Um,
I thought so.
why am I
She's the
blanking
one
on
we
the
had
name?
drinks together once night, wasn't it?
Think so. Yeah. Nobu.
Nobu, yeah.
Nobu. Yeah. So at least we know that this little bit in the Broken Sword story is based on true events. Somewhat, they had to change sex toy to panty for obvious
Yeah,
reasons. But
Johnson sent in his story to the developers,
yeah,
and they've gone, we could use that.
I think the what they were implying was the ponytail mate, the guy that is trying to be like wedge in between George and Nico. Um, maybe he could be responsible for the breakup potentially. Who knows? But when he found out that Nico was missing as well, then yeah, he sprung into action and we went and saved her. She was all tied up. Remember at the docks.
Yeah, and those dudes around. Yeah, actually, yes, I remember the second half was at the docks,
Exactly. Yep.
um, where we get broke into a warehouse and taking dudes out,
Mm-hmm.
point and click style, and
Yep. We used some sort of contraption to knock him over with a barrel or something like that into the water, and We also knocked a dog in the water as well, and then we ended up in the water. So there was like a dog.
Ah, there's that whole bit, yeah, because it's a checkpoint. The dog bit was at the checkpoint where he
Yeah,
wasn't one of the. I don't think it was one of the bad guys, but it was a random guard that's guarding the warehouse to stop people getting in, and we dropped the dog in the water and we did something to him.
sounds like a euphemism. Dropping the dog in the water.
Yeah,
Heath
that's what
squared.
our guy can't drop the dog in the water with Nico anymore.
Well, you never know. I think that we're on good terms again. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe if we show her the panties a few dozen times, then
Yeah.
we should be good to go. But the story left with us going to. Did we go to Mexico or something like that? It was like a South American country. To sort of follow the trail.
Oh, that's where we stopped it. Yeah, because I took a
Mm.
flight to to a South American, looks like South American country. I forget where.
Yeah.
Yeah, where it was, but in my memory, it was like a South American country.
I'll boot the game now and we'll see. Share it with you, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
Pure imagination.
It's got that start of pure imagination constantly.
Yep. But I unlocked a comic book. I remember that from the first game, actually. Let's quickly have a look. Okay, maybe this will give us some backstory. Could I speak to Nico Collard, please? Who am I? I'm George Stobart. Who is that? Oh, Andre Lebanow. I should have known. Andre is the guy with the ponytail. There he is, Egon Spengler. Nico is out on a story. What do you want, George? I'm very busy here. Nico wanted to know how my father was. Will you tell her? Oh, that's right. He mentioned that he had to leave because his father was sick. Tell her. Yes? Tell her what, George? Tell her it looks like I won't be in New York for much longer. Ah, okay, I'll tell her. Click. Brutal. I discovered a drugs operation on the run in the suburbs of Paris by a gangster called Karzak. Okay, let's check out the cargo. The boss will be here soon. He was bringing stuff in through the bogus import company specializing in Objet Dart. Beautiful. Objet Dart? Beautiful, aren't they? Busting the operation would make a great story for my newspaper. Smash. But I needed evidence. Even better on the inside, eh? And the timing was everything. What the? The bloody Mac 10. Oh, hello. That and a good cover story. You guys are lucky I'm from the Southern Mob. I could have snuck up and blown you all away. Before you knew I was here. And who the hell are you, sister? Toots? My name is none of your business. I am Monsieur Karzak's new, logistics coordinator. He needs to see the merchandise, but he's heard reports of a double cross by the Colombians and doesn't want to risk coming in here in person. So the camouflage worked good. Hey, how do we know you're not a cop? If I was the law, I would have seized the consignment from the SS Diogen when it docked yesterday, idiot. Or when you picked up here from Key 18. Now I'll take that package for the boss to check. Thanks. Wait here for your orders. I made sure that they wouldn't be going anywhere for a while. Oh, she's made a Molotov cocktail out of a car. Plenty of time for me to check the evidence and call Inspector Moo. At least that was the plan. But then Karzak showed up. Oh, that's right. He's the toy soldiers.
Toy soldiers. What's this? Yeah, toy soldiers. Because I was trying to think of who I recognized him as.
It was time to get moving before everything blew up in my face.
So I was about to say Tommy Lee Jones' character, but that's the toy soldiers guy.
Oh. I knew Karzak was a violent criminal. Boss, that was quick. I only just gave the package to your logistics coordinator. Logistics coordinator? What are you talking about? But he had underestimated his murderous temper. Blam! Crack! You fool! I have no logistics coordinator. And that was no ordinary package. You two better get back, or you'll be next. Butter, 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 butter. Crack, crack, crack. Lucky for me, that Karzak had been too much of a hurry to lock his car. Hey, look! Get down! Woomph. Ah! Something about the package I got just didn't feel right. Once I'd put some distance between me and Karzak, I ripped it open and realized that it's more than just a drug smuggle. Ugh. By the time I dumped the car, I just wanted a hot bath and a glass of wine. I needed time to think. Police are investigating reports of gunfire and explosion in the industrial area of southern Paris. Hello? But I was out of luck. Oh, you're still here. Of course, enjoying your new TV and waiting for your company. Oh, the TV. Thanks for installing that. No problem. What have you got there? I'm not sure. I just know that it's valuable. It's like an iPhone case. I think I can help you again. It's a Mayan ritual stone from the classical period, about 1200 years old. You need to know more. There must be an expert at my uni that could I could put you in touch with. That would be great. Meanwhile, perhaps you could keep the stone safe? Bien sûr. Oh, and that reminds me. I have something for you. Uh-oh. I thought it was going to be the panties in the box. For me.
Oh, it is. Oh, no.
You shouldn't have. Oh, it's just a little gift for a beautiful woman. Ugh. That's a sad face.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you really shouldn't have. Look, I'm sorry. I'm very tired. Thanks for everything. Before you go, Andre, did anyone phone while I was out? Oh, what a bastard. No. There you go. So I guess he is the cause, because essentially, George explained to him the reason why he was, you know. No one phoned. Continue in the game. There you go. That's actually a good bit of backstory.
I've got Dirty Big Fine in the house.
Hello, Artie Fine. How you doing?
Yeah, I thought you were reacting to Artie Fine's comment.
Nah. What? It didn't save? Really? Hang on. Restore game. Here we go. For some reason I don't know. Here we go. Got our goat ready to go. Let's see. Got a whole bunch of things to check out.
Welcome to Guaramonte.
Thanks. Can we get a cab to the capital?
This is the capital,
Oof.
Guaramonte City.
When's the next ship out of here?
But senor, don't you like our beautiful country?
What do you reckon, Steve? Do we say it's a great place or a shithole?
Great place.
Oh yeah, it's like a little piece of paradise right here on Earth.
This is like
Then
me
why
making
you
a
wanna
faux
leave?
pas going through Canadian customs.
Like it says in the song.
A word of warning, senor. If you feel like bursting into song, bite your tongue.
Huh?
There are official restrictions on music in Guaramonte.
What?
Is it like Footloose? The Footloose town?
I reckon. Yeah, we're gonna have to get Kevin Bacon in here.
How come music is restricted in Guadalupe?
It is part of a great cultural enrichment campaign. Traditional Caramonte music is considered unsuitable for these fast-moving times. Nuestra Senora has decreed that only one category of music is suitable.
What's that?
J-pop.
Easy listening.
It makes sense. This is very easy listening. Oh, there's that goat.
We've had enough. We're going back to the ship.
Okay. You show me your brown card?
Huh? What
Oh, hello.
card is that?
The official exit visa.
What? Exit visa? I think he's pulling a fast one on us.
Inside the hut was a chair and a small table.
Do you ever, when you hear like background ambience like this, you try and listen to see if you can pick up any words?
Not often, but it was fascinating when I was looking for something through the Hitman ambience files and seeing how they do the background music.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Yeah, there's that.
The-
Like some of it's indistinct, then some of it is distinct, and then they overlap those on top of each other.
Psycho, how you doing?
Hello?
Man, thank you so much.
Speaking of,
It
oh
looks
my
like someone
god,
subscribed. I'm gonna give them a face waterfall of blood.
The one that I always tried to pick out was the Quake 1 soundtrack, the Nine Inch Nails one. There's a track that has all these whispers.
the whispers, yeah.
Yeah, and I tried to pick that up, but nah. I wonder why it is. Maybe they're instructed not to say real words. It's more just like
But then people pick up the real words, like what was that? It's like Led Zeppelin or Black Sabbath song where it's like people were outraged because the person was just making random mouth noises, and there were people saying that they're telling kids to like get the gun, shoot, shoot.
oh,
But
I
the
thought
person
you
was just going, but the person was just going, good to go, like that.
gotcha. That's the same as that, you know, the Pretty Fly for a White Guy, the Gordon Gleam Blauden Bloben, or whatever it is.
Oh yeah.
That was also from, I think it was a Def Leppard song from memory. Same sample.
Okay.
And people thought it was like German or something, but it's just gibberish.
Yeah, I assumed it was gibberish, but it's supposed to be German or some other.
Yeah.
That makes sense because I don't know why they would do that if it wasn't just if it wasn't reference to something.
Mm.
Hi.
You wanna buy something?
No, not really.
I got cabbages. Buy a cabbage, senor.
I don't think so. I didn't come all this way to buy vegetables.
You've seen the full. I think there's cut down versions, but you've seen the full skit on the Monty Python skit on the funniest joke in the world.
Is that the one in the World War II?
Yeah, they go to World War II.
Yeah.
That's what I was meaning. Where the only time you hear it is when they've translated into German as a weapon, because it makes. If anyone hasn't seen it, the premise is it's a joke so funny that people die when they hear it, die from laughing. So they weaponize it during World War II, and they have Allied soldiers with megaphones shouting it in German because they're immune to it if they don't know German.
Yeah.
But yeah, in that skit, they said like I looked it up because they're speaking what sounds like German, but it's like when you look it up, it's like I looked up if it was an actual joke, and they go, no, it's gibberish in German, but it's consistent gibberish because it's lines and lines because it's as if they're telling a whole joke. But it's like, yeah, it's gibberish, but they learnt it so that it would be consistent. It's always the same gibberish every time they tell a joke in German.
Oh, nice. DG F and Deej, how you doing? Welcome in. Good to see you. I just had a horrible thought. I don't think we've got our panties anymore. Maybe it didn't get
I
through
don't think
customs.
so.
But there are.
Or it could just be he doesn't talk about them, but we have to probably check the inventory when he's not talking.
That's true. Let me just get them out though, so people can see. All right.
Listen, have you heard of Condor Transglobal?
No. Buy a cabbage. I'll give you a discount on bulk purchases.
Oh,
I'm
bulk
not
cabbage
into
discount.
cabbages. Have you ever seen anything like this before?
Aye, Tezcatlipoca. Put it away, senor. Tezcatlipoca brings nothing but evil.
Mm-hmm.
The poor guy was so freaked, he didn't even mention his cabbages. See ya.
These guys looked like the goons from the first game, kind of, but maybe a bit older.
Oh, yeah. The Italian guys. Italian stereotypes.
Have you ever been to a country that looks like this?
No. I was trying to think because I felt like I have, but no.
Hi there.
I don't think I've been to South America at all.
Okay. I said, what have you
I
got?
mean, I haven't been to South America. It's not that I don't think I have.
That guy just didn't look like he was gonna help me.
Yeah, I haven't been to South America either.
Hi. Lovely bread.
Eh?
Bread.
Love bread.
Pan?
Si, pan.
Maybe I'll come back later when I'm hungry.
This is where Psycho will be, hanging around the bakery. Local bakery right here.
Those things are gourds, aren't they?
Si.
Hey,
Ew.
a footwear lady.
Just spat, slagged right in there. Alright, let's see. Done that, done that, done that. Done him. Done her. Alright, I think we're ready to go speak to the goat. Oh no, there's the fishmonger. Talk to him first.
So what Nico's literally doing the whole time is just talking to that guy?
Yep. Black Phillip.
Do you have crabs?
No, only fish.
Personal question.
Yeah, like, let's say he did have crabs. Is George going to get a crab from him?
Nice fish.
Thanks.
If by some remote chance I ever need a fish, I'll be back.
Yeah.
Do you recognize this statue?
Si, senor. It is very, very bad luck. That is Tezcatlipoca, Night Hunter.
I know, but I don't believe in luck, good or bad.
You may not now, but you will.
The guy looked scared out of his wits.
Oh my gosh.
Go away.
She's from the first game. Her and her husband.
Oh yeah.
Alright, before we do that, let's go look at the poster. He just looks like a villain from a South American Disney cartoon.
I've been watching
In
this age grade
Guadamonte,
videos.
Facing a poster was probably a capital offense.
So, say that again?
There's We're watching that YouTube channel, the This Aged Grade videos. It's the guys talking about one narrates the plot line of a video to the other person, but one of the recent ones they made a joke about crabs because it sort of came up, and he goes, "Hey, it was a thing that was big before, and now it's not as much." And he goes, "Do you know why?" And he goes, "No." He goes, "Because people shave their pubic hair, and
Right.
that's what they."
Makes sense.
But he goes, it's like it's kind of like the apes or like the endangered species where we've destroyed their habitat, and so they endangered or extinct. And he goes, every species on the earth we sort of wish we couldn't like sort of go, and we feel sorry for the fact that we sort of encroach on their habitats and destroy their habitats and eliminate them. This is the one species that's immune, that's not. We don't have any sympathy for. We've just destroyed their habitat, and that's the one sympathy we don't give a shit about. For one species.
I have never known a person that has had crabs before. I think it's a myth.
I think it's probably just rare. Like I think even with in the 80s when there was much less shaving, I think even then it's probably not that common.
Have you seen the Instagram videos where kids have so much lice, it's like they've poured a bucket of lice on their hair?
Oh jeez. No.
I think they literally do that. They get like bugs and pour it over a kid's head, then record it for views or something. There's no way a person can live around with that much. You feel like you heard about crabs on Sex and the City? I could see that, yeah. They're ladies of the night, so to speak.
I guess the thing is, like, because I remember someone saying that it's dodgy, but it's like, if you're single, it's not. Like, because you can get crabs just sleeping in a bed. It's not sexually transmitted. But the issue is that if you're married, if you get crabs, then it's like, how do you explain? Like, because that's the thing with a married couple is usually that you sort of know where the person's sleeping. So it's like, where did you, even though it's not necessarily sexual, it's like the fact that you are sleeping somewhere or sitting on a couch somewhere where you could catch them is the dodgy part.
Broke the law in his life.
He just looks like an executioner.
Yeah.
Hey, we got our little grub, mate. Oh, we didn't do anything with the grub, did we? We just carried it across.
No, that's so we still got this tequila grub in our pocket.
Hmm.
Why was Miguel put in jail?
For playing folk music.
Oh.
What?
It's true, senor. He insisted on playing traditional Guaramonte music, even though it's illegal.
It is Footloose.
Why
Yeah.
don't you try playing a tune to cheer yourselves up?
No, we should be looking for real jobs.
We could earn 10 times as much down the mines. My cousin Ramirez was earning 8 pesos an hour.
Before he lost his legs in the accident.
Tell me about the accident at the mine.
There was an explosion at Teoculcan. 30 miners were buried alive.
They got some of them out, though.
2 of them, including your cousin, and they left half of him behind.
Oh,
Oh, as in like
Pretty
half
good.
of his body.
yeah.
Oof. Oh, dog food.
Would either of you guys care for a biscuit?
A dog biscuit, senor?
Are you trying to insult?
Yeah, I was gonna
No,
say.
really,
that's-
they're good.
We'll take your word for it.
I've heard it.
Which half? Yeah, they just took the legs.
Have you any idea what this is?
No, senor.
Me neither.
Okay.
Do you guys know anything about a total eclipse?
What is it?
It's like when the sun is hidden by the moon.
He's crazy.
My cousin Alfredo swears he saw it happen once. But that was after he stupidly consumed a cocktail of peyote and antibiotics.
What?
Take a look at the design on this label.
I have seen that before.
Where?
There was a ship flying a flag just like that.
When did
Excellent.
you see this ship?
3 months ago. It was here, at the docks.
Shitting at the dock of the brig. Tequila worm?
What do you make of this little worm?
No good. It's dead.
Sure it's dead. You think I'd carry it around in my pocket if it wasn't?
I mean, it's just as weird either way.
Yeah.
What was the ship with the condor flag carrying?
I don't know, senor. We weren't allowed near the docks.
That's right. Usually we meet the ships when they tie up.
We play to the tourists.
Well, when the Condor ship came in, we were told to go away.
Have you seen anything like...
I, the hungry chief.
Why are you carrying that thing around with you, senor? Don't you know who it is?
Sure, it's Tezcatlipoca. But it's only a little carving.
It brings death, senor. Death and destruction.
Wow, metal. Alright. I have a feeling we're gonna have to bust out the pipe player. Let's go into the mines first. Or the mine co. So speaking to this tourist is gonna be...
George Stone.
Hang on, I didn't click that.
Mrs. Henderson. Boy, this is some coincidence, huh?
When you've been married to a fruitcake like Dwayne as long as I have, you stop believing in coincidence.
I'd met Pearl and Dwayne on the other side of the globe in Syria.
Sure
He was an
did.
army
Were they
veteran
secret
who suspected
spies?
He was working for the CIA.
Yep.
But wasn't sure. She was less obviously deranged.
Alright.
Take a look at this news cutting, Pearl.
You'll have to read it to me, George. I left my specs in a gay bar in Santa Barbara.
You got
Well,
them
it's
on.
about an eclipse of the sun,
Mm.
which is due to occur in a few weeks' time.
You'd
Haven't
think the
been enough
government would
prescription.
warn us about these kind of things.
It's not dangerous or anything. Apparently, the best place to view the eclipse is right here in Quaramonte.
Oh, my.
She didn't appear to be the slightest bit interested.
She left her specs in a gay bar as well, she said. Strange. Want to see
Look
my
at this,
worm?
Pearl. A tequila worm.
Don't you bring that thing anywhere as near me, honey. I swear I'll scream like a hog on a hot plate.
What do you make of this statue, Pearl?
Hoo-wee, that's a spitting image of Dwayne's brother Sheridan. A little less body hair, maybe, but it's him all right.
What does this mean to you, Pearl?
What cute little feathers. Why, if you had 2 of those, they'd sure make nice earrings.
This isn't intended for frivolous personal adornment, Pearl. It's a dart, tipped with a fast-acting, muscle-numbing poison.
Pardon me, I stand corrected,
I
huh?
do declare.
Sometimes I get the feeling that communication with Pearl was like sending signals out into space. Maybe, if you waited long enough, you'd get an intelligent answer back. But it was a long shot.
Brutal.
What do you make of this stone, Pearl?
Oh, that's pretty. What's that thing supposed to be, a rabbit?
I believe it's a coyote.
Well, it sure is cute.
I was surprised she didn't ask me where she could buy one.
What's the official stance to the Americans out there? Is it coyote or coyote? Because I've heard it in two different ways. I always said coyote, but
What brings you to Quaramonte, Pearl?
What takes me just about anywheres? The market.
You drove 2,000 miles to go shopping?
Shopping is my role in the economy of the great design, George.
yeah. Because I was watching Unsolved Mysteries late last night while I was playing some Siege, and they were talking about coyotes getting in and killing my hens or something.
I just regional because, but I like coyote.
Sure, I couldn't
Yeah?
leave him home
So I always knew it
alone.
as coyote.
Since Dwayne came back from the war, we
I
couldn't
think it
bear
was-
to be apart.
So, where is he now?
We ain't speaking.
It was 3,000 miles from Graceland that I first heard someone refer to them as coyotes.
Hmm.
I thought that was kind of neat way of saying it.
Does that mean that like peyote would be peyote? I feel like an abbreviation from the old westerns. Yeah, okay.
Why aren't you speaking to Dwayne?
Because he's an old spoiled sport sourpuss. I want to visit one of those old pyramid places, but Dwayne says he has to stay in town.
Right. And you don't want to go on your own.
Well, there's no point in going to the pyramid if there's no one around to take my picture.
40% coyote. Nice.
Is Dwayne still working for the CIA?
If he is, he doesn't know it. He's what they call a snoozer.
Don't you mean a sleeper?
No, this is different. He used to think he worked for them.
We just call 'em
but the
coys.
psychotherapy cured him of that. What he doesn't realize is that now he really does work for them. At least that's the way I understood it.
Catch you later, Pearl.
Abbreviations. Coyote would be like, we would probably just call it a yote. Hello, Fatongal. How you doing? Let's go into the police station then.
Hey,
see if we...
Nico.
Oh no, I didn't want to bring Nico in here. I wanted to bust a fool out of prison.
I have done just as I have been instructed, Professor.
Oh, he's a bad guy for sure. Look at his face.
With the mine closed down, there'll be no one around to observe your excavation. Ah, I have visitors.
Just remember what I told you, General. There's really no need to make a martyr out of that man.
Everyone's dressed like military, yet George is like, woohoo! He's dressed like Dodson from Jurassic Park.
Sorry to keep you waiting, senor.
There he is.
Welcome to Quaramonte.
Thanks. My name's George Stobart from California.
But what is this? An angel come down to earth.
Nicole Collard. Enchanté, mon général.
Oh,
Pardon me, senorita, but I couldn't help myself.
Look.
He's going to
we'd
be
like
giving
to
out
ask
panties
you
in a minute.
questions.
You've come to the right place, senor. Tourist information. General Graciento, at your service.
have you ever kissed someone's hand, Steve, like that?
I think of the context. I think I have once or twice. Well, it's back in our inventory.
There we go.
Probably it's like a school role play or something, but not properly.
We'll leave this to last. The panties. That'll always be the last option.
This is the tourist office? It says police on the sign outside.
It is both, senor. I am a man of many parts.
I can see that, General.
Do you know anything about the forthcoming eclipse, General?
Such things do not interest me, senor.
Take a look at this label.
Si, senor. Condor Transglobal.
Can you tell me where to find their offices?
No, senor. I never heard of them, and neither did Ronaldo.
At least in the background, playing Space Invaders, and then there's something that kind of looks like a weird missile command or something.
Yeah.
And this kind of looks like professional wrestling, but also kind of reminds me of Smash TV for some reason. Don't know.
Are you sure you never heard of Condor?
Oh, yes.
The company is registered here in Quaramonte City.
You are mistaken, senorita.
The musicians out in the square say that a ship flying the Condor flag was birthed here.
They are simple peasants.
Oof.
They will go along with anything you say in the hopes of parting you from your money.
But they did it for free.
I believe Condor is run by a man named Karzak.
Wrong again, senor. Karzak has nothing to do with anything called Condor, whoever he is.
Do you keep a record of companies registered in Quaramonte?
Of course, senorita. Unfortunately, all the records were destroyed by a flash flood.
Yeah, likely story.
I hear there was an accident at the mine a few months ago.
That's correct.
A lot of men killed, weren't there?
A few.
30?
Barely 1% of the working population.
Is it true there's a restriction on music in Quaramonte?
Yes, there is. An emergency measure introduced by Nuestra Senora.
Folk music is a link with the past for some of these people. Take away their musical roots and what do they got left?
Easy listening.
Just
Do you
roots.
think easy listening could replace a musical heritage hundreds of years old?
Why not? It happened in your country.
Heyo.
Are there any ruins around the city?
Of course, senor. Quaramonte has everything.
I have a friend who wants to visit an historical site.
Ronaldo will only be too pleased to conduct a guided tour when he's dealt with today's paperwork, of course.
Who was the guy you were talking to when we arrived?
Professor Ubier, a visitor, senor, like yourselves.
Did you say Ubier?
Si, senor. Professor Ubier, a French archaeologist.
Imagine just walking into a police station or a place you've never been to before, and then saying, "Who was that person you were speaking to?" Like, none of your business, George.
What's Ubier doing in Quaramonte?
Researching our rich and glorious past, senor. The professor is planning an expedition to some Mayan ruins. He came to see me to get an excavation permit.
Oh, this thing in the background. Recognize that? Haven't used one of them in a long
Fax
time.
machine.
Yeah.
We've had enough of Quaramonte and we want out.
Am I stopping you?
The guy at the docks tells me I need an exit visa.
Ask Ronaldo. He'll make the arrangements. That's what he's here for.
Yeah, beautiful. You want a dog treat?
Would you like a biscuit?
Are you trying to bribe me?
Well, every man has his price.
Mine is more than a dog cookie, Senor Stobart.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
That's a native carving, isn't it? Where did you get it?
We picked it up in the market as a souvenir.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. We ready?
What do you think of these panties, General?
Oh boy, fabuloso!
They're yours if you'll tell me all you know about Karzak.
I told you, I never heard of the guy. Do I get the panties now? I told you all I know.
You told me nothing. I'll be back.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh, there's a safe here. We're going to have to distract him at some point, no doubt.
I'm intrigued at what he'd use them for. Like, does he think they're Nico's, or
Yeah.
does he just think they're not used? Assume they're not used? You can't assume that.
I don't know. The idea of sniffing used panties is beyond disgusting.
No.
Baltimore, someone from your chat is looking.
I didn't have time to get sidetracked by playing computer games.
Thank you, Arnie.
Imagine you walked into a police station and they had like a bit in the background with a video game on it, so you just walk over and start playing it.
I didn't have time to get sidetracked by playing computer games.
But we're playing a computer game. Ugh.
Oh, can you pull down the map?
No.
No, the one to the right of that.
Oh, this. Oh, we can. The chart. Is he gonna arrest
They'll
us for
probably
this?
stop you.
Senor,
Leave my shit alone, senor.
leave the child alone.
There you go. Pretty
Yeah,
much.
because they protectively made it go up when they saw you looking.
Peanut butter streak marks? Bloody hell, Tongs. That's descriptive.
Because it's the next Reese's commercial. There's a message above that.
Oh, I thought you meant the panties.
I decided to leave the television switched
He
on.
is,
Oh.
but it's like next Reese's commercial is chocolate panties with peanut butter streak marks.
That's so disgusting in every sense of the word. Ooh,
Well,
what's
the
this?
person
The filing cabinet
tries to
was
put on a
probably
sexy
locked.
voice and goes, you know, you want it. There's no shame in it.
It's so disgusting because A, it talks about shoe fetishism, but also peanut butter and chocolate together. It's like the anti-me ad.
Yeah,
The
well, that's
safe was
a
undoubtedly locked.
that's not my thing, but I don't judge the shoe thing. But the thing I have with is you can see the idea they had on the paper, but it's pathetic because it doesn't work on any level. Like it's supposed to be like I'll have someone do a sexy voice, and it's not. That's disturbing more than sexy. We'll do you can tell it's supposed to be a satisfying render, like one of those Insta things, the satisfying renders, but it doesn't work. It's kind of just like disturbing. Like just everything's wrong and pathetic about it. And then also the chocolate peanut butter aren't the best to go together.
Bloody hell. Oh, you see the shirt that Lisa got me?
I wasn't going to try investigating the passage while the general was sat there.
Okay, then. Papers? Let me look at your
I
papers.
had no need for junk mail, especially someone else's.
Love a mince pie.
He has a dead worm in his pocket, but he won't take someone's junk mail.
Mm-hmm.
I decided to leave the television switched on.
Alright. Eve. Really?
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Why did you show him the stone?
I thought maybe he might know something about it.
Well, he does now, for sure. He knows we have it.
Whoops.
Do you have any theories about this stone?
He just gets it out and flashes out again.
Dog, a
Yeah.
Mexican dog.
So, this is the sacred Chihuahua stone? Sheesh. Take a look at this.
Take a look at this.
Where did you get that kind of money?
It's not mine. I found that statement at Ubier's house. Take a look at this.
An eclipse of the sun. Why the sudden interest in astronomy?
I found the cutting in Ubier's house.
Apparently, it's only visible from Central America.
Poor Psycho.
Take a look at this, Nico.
That's disgusting, George. Why are you carrying it around with you?
I don't know. I just can't seem to part with it. Guess what this is? Go on, guess.
It's wrought iron, probably from a chimney stack on an old stove.
Well, I suppose it could be. How did she know that?
My grandfather used to work in a foundry.
Would you like a biscuit?
Gourmet dog? Have you been eating those things, George?
Sure, they're great. That man we saw talking to the general was Ubier. Didn't you recognize him?
I never met him, remember?
Hmm.
The guy I called in Paris claimed to be Ubier, but he sounded nothing like the man in the police station. Maybe the professor really is innocent.
Nah, it's too much of a coincidence that he's here in Claramonte. Labano tells me he's been seeing a lot of you.
We meet sometimes for lunch, a drink. After you'd gone back to the States, I was pretty lonely, you know.
Lonely? You must have been desperate. Couldn't you just visit the zoo or something?
Zing. Yeah, I don't know what he's going to do with that information, Saiku. Like, let's just say I'm a size 7. Then what?
Feeds her imagination.
Ah.
You came on a little strong with the general.
I was merely flattering his ego, Georges. Every man has his Achilles heel.
Maybe. But that guy's weakness isn't in his foot.
Speaking of feet.
I think there's also like, because, and I don't have this either, but it's like the fascination men have with bra sizes.
Do they?
It's like, what? Yeah. Like, I've heard from women like guessing the sizes or assuming they know, and it's like they have literally no idea other than like a few like women saying their measurements, but yeah, guys that think they're even so good at it that they can guess bra sizes from looking, but also just like knowing someone's bra size, and it's like, and I sort of get that it could feed your imagination, but I don't know what that does different.
It almost feels like it's them sort of showboating as like an alpha male or something like that. Like, I'm so learned in the culture of ladies that, you know.
Yeah.
Did you notice that chart on the police station wall?
Yes, it looked like a map to me, but I couldn't make out the details.
Whatever it was, the general didn't want us to see it.
This one,
Yeah, pickup artist. It's disgusting. Oh man, that's like, it's so cringy. It almost snaps my spine. That's
I remember so I listened to the Kevin Smith podcast and also his friends. I remember one of them, because listened to one of them with his friends. It had the podcast that had Q on it from he later on made Impractical, or was one of the guys on Impractical Jokers. But yeah, I was listening to it, and there's a guy. He's like the tech guy. Chen is his name, and they said they were at a party once. It's when they didn't know much about him. They just thought he was like a good worker, really good with tech stuff. At the party once, and there was someone's wife there, and he looks at the girl's shoes, and he goes, "Oh, those are Dada," and he knew the exact brand, and he goes, "Those are the ones with the strap over the," and they're very particular. And he's getting this conversation with her about shoes, and they said, we remember thinking, "Oh, he's so learned. Like this girl has these shoes that we would never recognize, and is so learned and worldly that he can strike up a conversation about these shoes." And they go, "Yeah, it was only months later we realized he's kind of into feet." So it's like,
no.
That's why he knew all about women's shoe fashion. But I like that tell where you just never suspect, and then later on you learn.
I know nothing about women's shoes, obviously, but there's this brand of shoe that looks really cool in that the whole sole is like bright red. I don't know what kind of brand it is, but it always looks good.
Hey, Nico!
There's a building we didn't check out. Oh, got Carmen Sandiego in the house.
Hola, señora.
Hi. We were wondering...
I was talking to the lady, Chico.
Hi.
Brutal.
My name is Nicole Collard.
Concha Garcia. How can I help you, sister?
The corporation I represent is considering
Never
a
Thomas.
major investment in Quaramonte. Your advice, as the head of an obviously successful concern, is precisely what I'm after. My assistant, Mr. Stobart, has a few questions he'd like to ask you.
Assistant.
Yeah, so how's it feel like being the person that's excluded from a conversation, George?
Oh, look what we've got. That'll be the last one again.
Have you heard of a man named Karzak?
No? Who is he?
He's the reason
he
we
is
came to
taking over again.
Quaramonte. We think he's running a drug ring.
Well, I hope you find him, but I've never heard the name before.
Look at this guy. Not doing any work, yet these guys are like off the hook.
Can you tell me about the accident at the mine?
Accident? It was sabotage. Somebody wanted my mine closed down for good.
Size 11 heels. That sounds like a man's size.
Do you have any evidence that the mine was sabotaged?
Not yet, but I'll get to the bottom of it. There'd been trouble at that mine for several months. The workforce was getting smaller every day. Someone had started a rumor among the men that the mine was cursed. Now the entire operation has been closed down.
The music changed and I was listening to
Yeah,
that.
there's like a cult in the background.
For sure.
Where's the site of the mine?
Several days upriver at a remote area known as Teoculcan.
Do you know Professor Ubier?
Yes. I understand he is about to embark on an archaeological expedition. He hired some equipment from me earlier today.
I overheard him talking to the general. I think they're working together.
What? If I'd known that, I wouldn't have hired out the equipment. Now, why would the general be interested in an archaeologist?
Why indeed? You want a dog biscuit?
Would you like a dog biscuit?
Would you like a smack in the mouth, Chico?
Chico is like young boy, isn't it?
I think it might be. I'm not completely sure though.
Does this stone mean anything to you?
I think it is a spirit stone carved by a Mayan priest, no? I don't know which of their many gods it represents.
That's funny that she's like deflating his ego by calling him boy.
Mm.
Can you tell me anything about this statue?
It is Tezcatlipoca, the god of death and pestilence. That fetish would be considered by many to be a bad omen.
That fetish, eh?
Do you recognize the icon on this label?
Condor Transglobal.
Did the company operate here in Caramonte?
Yes, they ran an old container ship, the Mayan Princess.
Dyeable wedding shoes. Yeah.
Do you know who owned Condor Transglobal?
I have no idea.
What is that? I don't remember collecting anything like. Oh, it's a piece of coal from the Did we collect coal from the?
You see this? It's my lucky piece of coal.
What's so lucky about it?
I'm not sure yet.
Oh, oi! Hello.
Nice buns.
Jesus, hope that's not hair.
It's a gender reversal thing where she's got the secretary that she makes wear revealing stuff.
Maybe.
Have you heard about the forthcoming eclipse?
I don't take much interest in things like that. One of the boys might know about it.
All right, here we go. Ba, 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 ba.
Would
What if she gets the secretary to wear those?
They look about your size.
Is that your best line, Chico?
I'm serious. They were an unwanted gift.
Put them away before you get overexcited.
Oh. All right. Hey, secretary. He might want the panties for sure.
Hi, good afternoon, and welcome to Consolidated Mining. If you are planning to stay in Cuaramonte City, may I recommend the Consolidated Mining Experience, an interactive hands-on tour of one of our deepest mines, with talking tour guides available in 3 different languages.
A tour of a mine.
Well, this is a mining company. What else did you expect?
Do you know anything about the eclipse that's due soon?
Me? No, senor.
Do you know where I could find Senor Karzak?
No, senor.
How come you're not wearing any pants?
I feel more alert without them. A kind of perky.
And your boss doesn't mind?
She suggested it.
Right. Wow.
Are you looking forward to the eclipse of the sun?
Not especially. Are you?
I don't know. I've never seen one. All I know about eclipses is that you shouldn't try to view them with the naked eye.
Please. Go away.
Tell
and
that
let
to
me get on
Trump,
with my
right?
work.
Ever heard of a guy called Karzak?
Can't you see I'm busy? If I don't finish this stock report, the boss will be mad as hell.
TPS reports.
Ever hear of a guy called Karzak?
No, sir.
Did you know there's an eclipse of the sun in a few weeks' time?
Yeah, Joe told me about it. He's having a party and we're all invited. Me and the boys are dressing up as evil monks.
Yeah? Cool.
Wouldn't it be funny if later we find him actually, that he is actually an evil monk?
Do you know anything about the eclipse?
Yes, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it. I heard it's going to be pretty spectacular.
It's in a few weeks' time, isn't it?
9 days.
Thanks. Ever heard of a guy called Karzak?
No.
Okay. I think everything is... Whoop. Look in the cupboard. You won't let me.
Keep out of there.
You know, she kind of looks like in this, not in her
That's where
portrait.
the explosives are stored.
Oh, wow. In this here, she looks like, you know, Batman, the animated series. She kind of looks like that art style.
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
All right, where to she now? All right, there's a this way. Oh, we could actually go back in the police station and talk to old mate about getting our brown pass. Forgot about that. Is there a way this way? No. Fine. Goat.
Hey, Nico!
Maybe he'll want the panties.
Hi, I'm George Stobart.
Hello, senor. How can I help you?
Are there any ancient pyramids near Quaramonte?
Si, senor. But it's not very impressive. It's in ruins.
That's perfect. Would you be willing to give a guided tour of the ruins?
I can't. The General would have a fit if I left all this paperwork.
I'm trying to get out of Quaramonte.
If I had $1 for every time I heard that, I'd be able to buy back half my family.
Never mind them. What about my visa?
We don't take visa.
I didn't ask if you take a visa. I want you to give me a visa.
I can't help you, senor. I don't understand these things.
Looks like we're stuck here.
Would you like a gourmet dog snack biscuit?
I would love one, senor. But I would have a problem with my teeth.
Toothache?
No, senor. If the General catches me eating on these teeth, he'll knock them out.
Do you know anything about this eclipse?
No, senor. El General keeps me in the dark about most things.
Do you recognize this statue?
Tezcatlipoca. The night wind. Take it away, senor. That stone is cursed.
I wonder if we have to make the music people play bad music for these guys to leave, and then we can do stuff in here.
I wasn't going to try investigating the passage while the general was sat there. Tell me about the general. You know, the guy in charge around here.
We don't want to talk about him, senor.
How come? No one can hear you. Well, only that old goat.
In Quaramonte, we have a saying. Don't tell your old goat what you don't want your wife to know.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
All right. that Dwayne there? Oh no, it wouldn't be Dwayne because that's Ubier.
Hi, I'm George Stobart.
Oh, we got a panties option.
What can you tell me about the mining company?
The general closed down one of their mines after the explosion. Lots of folks lost their lives. I was lucky. I only lost my legs.
Oh, so he was the guy that was brought half
Yes.
out.
Yeah.
It's like Lieutenant Dan.
Can you tell me anything about this stone?
That's obsidian. It's a volcanic rock which has cooled so fast that...
Yeah. Look, I'm not interested in geology.
You're not? I suppose you want to know about the carved picture on it.
That's right.
Then the guy you should talk to is the professor. He's over there, talking to the bozo in the truck.
Okay, lovely.
Do you know what this statue represents?
Should do. I used to carve things like that to sell to tourists, but it scared people around here, so I stopped.
I just gotta quickly Google something. Not sure if I remember correctly. It is! Okay. Do you remember the movie called Mac and Me?
I don't think I've seen it, but I've heard people reference it, and I've seen a couple of clips on just some watching regulated media stuff.
Okay. Because this portrait here looks like Mac and Me with hair. I guess
Oh,
Mac.
okay. Oh, the little alien creature.
Yeah.
Do you recognize the design on this label?
Why, sure. That's the Condor Transglobal Shipping Company logo.
Do they have an office in Quaramonte?
No, but they ship out from here.
That's what I thought.
Oh, that's so weird. Looking at his portrait, I thought that this line right here was his mouth, but that's just the bottom of his nose, and there's his mouth. So when he talks, it looks really strange.
Yeah.
Did you see the ship with the Condor flag?
No.
But the dock is just the other side of the square.
Might as well be the other side of the moon.
So have you seen
heard
Mac
about
and
the
Me?
eclipse of the sun?
Oh,
Sure, I'm
maybe
having
when I
a
was
party
little.
to celebrate it. Drop by.
Really?
Sure. Plenty of food, plenty of wine, and everyone's invited, except the general.
I think I would probably confuse it with Batteries Not Included.
Yeah, I definitely remember that one. I know I've seen that movie.
Why don't you
But
want
that's
the
with little
general at your party?
robots.
Because if he comes, he'll bring those damned music albums from the 70s.
All right, panties time.
What do you think of these panties?
Awesome. You wear them?
No. Someone sent them to my girlfriend.
Thoughtful.
Thoughtful. And there's that uncensored thing. There's most of the versions of Mac and Me are the censored version, and because there's original where the kid gets shot by cops at the end.
Really?
And he gets brought back to life, but yeah, that was cut because it's too shocking.
They should have kept it. It is Dwayne.
It was Pearl's husband, Dwayne. Hey, Mr. Anderson. Good to see you again.
Do I know you, son?
George Stobart, remember? In Syria? I sold you a statue.
I remember that. Pearl was mighty vexed when the paint came off.
Look, I'm sorry. I'll give you back the $50.
No, you suckered me fair and square. This here is Bertrand.
Bertrand Ubier? So, we finally caught up with you.
What the devil are you talking about?
Don't give me that crap, Ubier.
Now hold fire, George. Suppose you tell us what the hell's going on.
This man lured Nico to his house in Paris in order to abduct her.
Nonsense. I've been in Quaramonte for the last 7 months.
And I can vouch for that. George, I think you owe Bertrand an apology.
Yeah.
Okay, Ubier, I'm sorry.
All right. Well, Ubier's going to find out about the panties quite soon.
Are you still working for... you know who?
Who's that, George? You know I'm retired.
Oh, nothing. Forget it. I confused you with somebody else.
Oh, I do that all the time.
Do you think the general was involved with Condor?
Hell no. And if he's a general, I'm a Buddhist. No, that fella's just a mouthpiece for the real power in Quaramonte.
So the general is nothing but a puppet?
He's like Pinocchio before he met the Blue Rinse Fairy. Strictly strings and wood.
Who's pulling the strings?
His mother. Better known as La Presidenta, the dictator.
Okay. Mumsy's on the scene.
Does the name Karzak mean anything to you?
Sounds like a comic book villain to me, son.
He's the man behind Condor, and the rat who kidnapped Nico.
You know, the first time I met you, I was deeply impressed with your naive simplicity. I said to Pearl, if we ever had kids, I would have wanted a boy like George. But I underestimated you, son.
Did you know that traditional music is illegal in Caramonte?
Is that so? Seems reasonable to me.
No, really. The leader of the band in the square has been imprisoned just because of the music he played.
I don't know who you've been talking to, but that fella, Miguel, he's an agitator.
What?
What's the real reason the musician was imprisoned?
Handed out subversive literature at the mines. That so-called general was waiting for Miguel when he got back into town. Marched him off to jail at gunpoint on a charge of inciting a riot.
I spoke to Pearl earlier.
Yeah? Did she mention that we had a kind of falling out?
Yes, she did.
She'll get over it.
Did you drive all the way down here?
Hell no. Pearl did the driving while I followed the maps. The way she handled the wheel, you'd think she'd been trucking half her life.
God, imagine traveling with like paper maps.
What's in the truck, Dwayne?
Oh, just camping equipment. Sleeping bags and tents. Me and Pearl always hankered after a taste of the great outdoors.
Aren't you worried about camping out in a tropical jungle?
We had a trial run in West Virginia. This'll be a breeze in comparison.
Brutal. A lot of West Virginia hate.
Would you like a biscuit, Dwayne?
Oh no, those gourmet dog snacks bring me out in a rash.
You've tried them?
They were on special offer. Pearl bought a whole crate. When I asked her if she was thinking of keeping a dog too, she just laughed.
Would you like to borrow my lucky piece of coal, Dwayne?
What's so lucky about it?
Well, we made it to Quaramonte in one piece.
When you've been here a few days, you won't look on that as luck.
Do you know anything about a shipping company called Condor Transglobal?
I never heard of it, son.
All right, panties time. Dwayne, what do you think of these?
What do you think of these panties, Dwayne?
Lord, hot stuff, George. You buy those for your girl?
No, a guy we knew in Paris bought them for her.
Oh, you're a threesome then. Why are you looking at me like that, George?
That
Forget
threesome.
it.
Oh,
And
no.
open minded. I have a couple swap with them.
Mm-hmm.
With
Oh.
Nico and those two.
This art, it kills me. It's so bad.
Does the name Karzak mean anything to you?
Yes, I know him. In fact, if it wasn't for Kazakh, I wouldn't be here.
What?
He's financing my expedition.
Tell me about your wife, Professor.
Please, I don't want to talk about her.
Maybe you don't, but I do. Why was she known as the Little Dachshund?
It was just a silly pet name I used to call her. Somehow some damned reporter found out.
I'm not sure if that's how conversations work. Sorry, I don't want to talk about that. Yeah, but I do.
Have you ever employed a Central American butler or servant?
I've never employed any kind of servant, monsieur.
Would you like a biscuit?
No, thank you.
You should, they're good. I can't get enough of these things.
Have I tried what?
Can you tell me anything about this stone?
Where did you get that?
That's my business.
How much do you want for it?
It's not for sale. Can you identify this statue, Professor?
Oh yes. Tezcatlipoca, the Lord of Darkness.
A Central American god, right?
A supreme deity. Tezcatlipoca means
Ah.
ritual, smoking mirror.
It's the name of the game.
You see the mirror shield in his left hand? The Mayans believed he could look into the mirror and see into the hearts of men. He was the wind which came howling in the night in search of victims, and victims they gave him by the thousand.
Human sacrifices?
Men, women, children, animals, anything that bled. The steps of his temple ran red with the blood of sacrifices. The Mayans have a legend that says he'll return one day. I hope I'm not around to see it.
Do you see this label?
Yes. It refers to a company named Condor. What of it?
I traced that company here, to Quaramonte. Do you know where I can find the offices of Condor Transglobal?
The company no longer exists. They went bankrupt recently.
No, I've never made people speak about things they don't want to like that, Tongs.
I have proof that you are directly involved with Condor.
I used them as shippers to transport artifacts to a gallery in Paris. Beyond that, I have no connection with the company, which, as I said, no longer exists.
Do you know anything about this eclipse, Professor?
Of course. It's not the reason I'm here in Quaramonte, but I'm looking forward to seeing it all the same.
What's your interest in the eclipse, Professor?
Oh, it's purely a layman's curiosity. History is my subject, not astronomy. But I've been fascinated by the movements of the heavenly bodies since I was a child. I wouldn't miss a total eclipse for the world.
Does the eclipse have some special significance for you?
For me? No. For the ancient Mayans, it marked the end of the Fifth Age.
Perhaps we should be celebrating.
Ah, no. The end of each age heralds destruction on a global scale. The Fifth is the final age, ending in the total destruction of the Earth.
Yeah.
Take a look at this, Professor. What have you got to say about that?
Where did you get this?
Never mind that. How do you explain these withdrawals?
I left my financial affairs in the hands of my secretary.
Including the withdrawal of funds in cash from your personal account?
I trust Gwyneth implicitly.
And why Marseille? Why the very place my girlfriend was taken?
That's obvious, Stobart. We are both the victims of the same devious plot.
What plot?
I have no idea.
Alright, well, that doesn't... Now what?
I had nothing else to ask him just then.
What about you, Dwayne?
I had nothing else to ask him.
Alright, what about you, Mac and me?
I had nothing more to say.
Sweet. Oops. Dwayne and I went to the same shop to get our shirt. Oh,
yeah.
We could probably talk to
The
the...
cell was vacant.
Vacant? Alright, what about this one?
There was a forlorn-looking guy asleep on the floor of the jail. It was Miguel, the pipe player. Hey, Miguel! He didn't hear me. There was a forlorn-looking guy. It was Miguel.
Okay.
Have you met the guy who calls himself the General?
No, I haven't. Is he a real general?
I guess so. He wears a lot of medals on his chest. The wrong side of his chest. At least for any army I'd ever seen.
Oh, stolen valor.
I hear you drove all the way to Quaramonte in a truck.
That's right. You would not believe the state of some of those roads. It makes me downright sad to think there's still some places you can't reach in an automobile. In this day and age, you'd think there'd be decent highways just about anywhere folk choose to go.
Catch you later, Pearl.
I had no more to talk to her about.
Excellent. What about you, Fishman?
Go away.
Okay.
had nothing else to talk about.
Okay. Psycho, did you see
You
that?
have to spit like that?
See. You think I want to swallow that crap?
What I mean is, it can't be doing your business any good. I'm sure you'd sell a lot more gourds if you didn't.
Nobody ever complained before.
Gross.
Okay, I can see I'm not getting through.
Did you see the new Cure album is out early? I saw it up on YouTube Music last night and charted another one of their songs. Drone D Drone is the name of the song.
Do you recognize this statue?
Por Dios, put it away. You will bring bad luck to Guaramonte.
Okay, I'm sorry. That guy just didn't look like he was gonna help me.
Go away! You carry the curse of Tezcatlipoca.
Okay, I know when I'm not wanted.
Change your mind. You want to buy cabbages after all. How many you want? 2? 3?
None.
Don't come crying to me if you die of scurvy.
Would you
He
get
wasn't gonna be any
vitamin C from a cabbage?
That guy wasn't interested in anything except cabbages.
Not sure, but it's not. The pharmacy is not restricted to just oranges. It is for
Inside the
citruses.
hut was a chair and a small table.
Nuestra Señora is la Presidenta, right? Si, señor. The First Lady of Caramonte.
I guess that's her picture I've seen on the posters, huh?
That's her. Quite a looker, no?
If you like big, middle-aged military women.
Si, señor. I do.
So, what has La Presidenta done for this country, apart from emasculating its music?
Take a look around you, señor. The splendid docks, the walk-in shopping mall, but most of all, she has brought prosperity.
Where?
For the first time in the history of Caramonte, we have an export trade.
Export those cabbages.
There was nothing else I wanted to ask him.
Excellent.
There was nothing else I wanted to ask the guy.
Right.
There was nothing else I wanted to ask the guy.
Really? I had to wait for him to pick up the phone to do that?
There's been a fair bit of like waiting for animations to finish that don't necessarily need to.
There was nothing else I wanted to ask that guy.
Good. What about you, Toots? Oh, Nico's not here though.
I had nothing else to talk about.
Okay, that's all done. What's in our inventory that we could...
Can you put the panties on the monkey statue?
This one?
No.
Yeah.
I had to think of something else.
Apparently not. Put the penis in the...
I wasn't convinced that was the right thing to do.
Okay. Alright. Well, we can leave here. We've spoken to everyone now. Let's think. Oh, let's speak to Nico, actually. There's probably a plan forming in her scon.
There was nothing else I wanted to talk to Nico about at that time.
Alright.
I'd like to visit your prisoner.
Condemned prisoners aren't allowed visitors.
Condemned?
To death. He is
Wow.
to be executed. Knowing my luck, I will probably have to shoot him myself.
Amnesty International's gonna hear
Brutal.
about this.
Yeah, that's way to go is threatening.
I thought Miguel was arrested for playing the wrong kind of music.
Si, senor, he was.
And that carries the death penalty?
No, no, no. You think we're crazy? While being questioned, he confessed to being an anti-government agent.
So long. I had nothing else I wanted to ask him.
Golden tree, hello, hello. Alright. General. What's that?
Do you have a map of Quaramonte?
A map? I'm sorry, senor, but I don't.
What about the one on the wall?
Ah,
What
that
kind
is
of tourist
an
bureau is
artificial
this?
survey map,
In a
senor,
fucking map.
not suitable for tourists.
I'll be back.
Man, there's so many... Oh, hang on, what's this? Papers.
I wasn't going to try investigating the passage while the general was sat there. He would have no interest.
I'll be back.
Bullshit.
Yeah,
Names-
tons of interest.
Yeah.
He would have no interest.
I'll be
He's
back.
champing the bit out of them.
Yeah.
He would have no interest.
I'll be back.
I had nothing else to talk about.
Would we give the tequila worm to the goat?
I'll get the goat drunk.
There's always that rumor that if you eat the tequila worm, it gets you drunk instantly, but I think that's some horseshit.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Because how much alcohol could a worm really have?
Yeah, because they could have to have like a more distilled version of it inside it.
He just drew his gun on me. I don't appreciate that. Cabbage Man. I feel like... Hang on, what's this?
Kind of like
Oh, yeah.
we looked up something on Quicksand, and it was I remember seeing something that I never thought about, which is like because it's talking about how like it's usually portrayed as very dangerous, which it sort of is in a different way, but like I've talked about it where it doesn't actually suck you down like it is portrayed in the movies. But
Suck you down, eh?
the thing I said is that I said like if you look at it this way, the human body is mostly buoyant on water, and quicksand is water and mud, so it's even more dense than real water.
Right.
So it's like, okay, that's yeah, you would be just buoyant on it.
Where's old mate gone? Oh, cool. We've got more things to say.
Maybe I'm wrong, but you seemed kind of evasive when I asked you about what you had in that truck before.
Damn right I was being evasive. I couldn't talk in front of the foreign nationals, see? George?
Racist.
On a top secret classified mission for Uncle Sam. This truck is a rolling bomb. 400 pounds of nitrate fertilizer with a
And that
plastic ignition.
was another Steve
I'll
fact.
hear the bang in China. Gee, I'm really looking forward to this.
What the?
What's it? Blow up a building?
Is Miguel the reason you're here?
Pretty smart, George. I was supposed to make contact with him. By the time I found him, though, he was in jail. I've been trying to figure out a way to get him out since then.
Sounds good to me. Count me in.
Good man, George. All I need is a detonator.
Huh.
How come you brought a truckload of explosives but no detonator?
Call me old-fashioned, but I say packing trunks is woman's work.
Jesus.
I left the packing to Pearl, and I can't find a darn thing. Just hope she remembered to bring my denture polish. I'd sure hate to arrive back in the States with tar on my teeth.
Have you really never heard of Condor?
Of course I have, son. Matter of fact, it was old Dwayne's investigation scared him off.
Did you find any evidence of Condor's drug smuggling operations?
Drugs? Hell no! Condor was a cover for the illegal export of Mayan artifacts.
So who was behind Condor Transglobal?
It was registered in the name of Edan.
Did you get the guy?
I don't think he ever existed. Edan backwards spells Nady, Spanish for nobody.
Really? Can we get a fact check on that, please?
I had nothing else to ask him. There was a forlorn-looking guy asleep on the floor of the jail. It was
Wake up.
Miguel, the pipe player. There was a forlorn-looking... It was Miguel.
Do we have any rope? No, it's not going to pull the bars off. You need the detonator, so maybe old gal has packed it.
Did you know that the truck was full of
I've
explosives?
had that once.
Whatever gave you that idea, as if I couldn't guess?
Your husband. He was exaggerating, wasn't he?
Sometimes I wonder how I'm gonna cope with Dwayne's over-fertile imagination.
If you're an experiencer like me, just travel to Thailand, and then as soon as you step off the airport, someone offers you drugs. Random guy comes up and offers you drugs.
Really?
Yeah. I just remember him, like, I couldn't understand what he was asking or saying, and I was just sort of, one stage I leaned in, and it's only when he did this motion with his nose, he did like a, cocaine,
Oh, wow.
like that, and I've gone, no, it's fine, mate. Which that makes me think, I wonder if it was a sting, but then it's like, who would, I guess, to catch people stupid enough to just buy drugs as soon as you land somewhere?
I know that old Johnny Foreskin was offered a beach in Indonesia.
Yeah.
Do you know where I could buy it?
I don't know if you wanted to talk about that,
Brings
because
the job to this by any chance? Oh, I get it. This is to detonate the truckload of explosives, right?
Hey, come on, I was kidding. Did you think I was serious?
I know what you boys are like when you get together and make plans. Dwayne says he could solve all of those problems if he had enough missiles.
Catch you later, bro.
America.
I did that. Well, actually, that when I first landed in Thailand, that also happened. It's weird because those two things happened immediately after arriving. It's like, what the fuck have I gotten into? and then it was not since then. Like you'd walk past the massage places and they'd try to tout you into their places. Apart from that, like the two things was like a guy offered me cocaine, and then when I got the drive to the hotel and I would walk down the street, transgendered escort just went up. Part of it was that it was so blunt. It was just like she just walked up to me and said, "Do you want me to suck your cock?" And that was basically it. And those two things, and it's like, yeah, that's like, what the fuck? This is like half an hour, and
That's the demo version of the country.
yeah, and then it calms down after that. Which I don't know if it's just maybe after those two things you sort of zone things out, and people can tell you're zoning things out. So it's like, okay, he's been offered drugs and sex already, so and he's not up for it. So I might be just, from then on, they might just be able to tell that. But yeah, that was just first half hour.
I had nothing more to say.
We're stuck again. What do we do? She essentially told us that he's full of shit and it's not full of explosives, right? Isn't that what she's getting at?
Hey, Nico!
Reckon they're cigars or chocolates?
I had
They
nothing
look like
else I wanted
cigars,
to ask
actually.
him. I'd asked him all I'd wanted to for now.
Trying to pull this down again. Get ready, General. Not gonna like this.
Senor. Sorry, I forgot.
You know what? I might go to a BRB screen for a second and make myself a drink. Wanna get yourself a drink as well, Steve?
Yeah, I could probably top up.
Cool. We'll be back in a minute. Is 3 the maximum? Wasn't there 3 earlier? I'm pretty sure there was. There's nothing else in here.
We're gonna talk to that dude too.
Yeah, it's 9 p.m. though. Yes. 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 Yeah. I saw something about her dad being attacked for that.
Hello. What? I think there might be a way to let the Count know that you're here.
Oh, really?
All I need is a little silver.
For what?
I'm gonna send him light signals. Morse code, you know? If I don't...
Oh, he's come back! No way! Bullshit!
You can't handle it.
Alright. Oh, fuck! My joystick lost sync, I swear!
yeah, listen to this guy. Look at this guy.
You didn't hear it right at the end? Literally, the last second.
So, picture this, if you will. Sherry Birkin started as a little girl in Resident Evil 2, grew up a wee bit, and some form of child from Wesker teaming up together, running through the snow, snowmobiles, off cliffs, fighting a big dude who I guess is being run by Ada.
Seems so.
Still don't know what's going on there, but it basically we went from like snow-covered mountains and ice caves to fighting the Yakuza.
Hello. Back. Steve, are you back?
Yep.
Sweet. I just got made myself a fresh cup of joe, and I have a bit of a muesli bar just to nibble on.
I didn't plan for it, but I still had some leftover Anzac biscuits within reach on my desk. So I've been chewing those every so often in the stream.
Lovely. I just had a thought while I was boiling the kettle. Actually, how many of y'all have kettles, and how many of you actually just use the microwave to boil your water? I was thinking of where we could get the detonator, and it makes sense that this lady, the mining people, could probably have a detonator.
Can't use the microwave, can you?
Microwave to boil water.
If you don't have a kettle, you'd have to boil it on the stove, right?
I've heard word of American people using the microwave to make cup of tea. There's something just weird about that.
Yeah. You wouldn't be able to get it hot enough, would you? I can get it pretty hot, but... Yeah, we most exclusively use electric ones. I had to replace mine recently, and I got a neat one that has like LEDs.
What was that?
What?
It's a lump of lucky coal. Coal? I would have preferred chocolate. Any
It talks like
flavor, so
Jimmy
long as
Stewart.
it, hasn't got marzipan in it. God, I hate marzipan. You can talk. I mean, you're a talking goat. Keep your voice down. This is between you and me. Well, I guess so. Now, I mean it. You tell anyone you've spoken to me, and you'll be cursed.
I think someone slipped George some peyote.
I got an achievement saying, I hate marzipan. That's weird. I like it though. Yeah, every household owns a kettle in Australia, 100%. I mean, after all, how would you find the apple stalks in your coffee without one?
Yeah, it's the one I got is like clear for it, so you can see the water, but it has
Oh, I love that.
LED lights down the bottom, all around the bottom, and the LEDs change color as it heats up.
Oh, I love that too. That's real fancy. That sounds great. I thought mine was fancy because I could adjust the temperature to like different tea types, but yours is...
I don't think that. I think I got, because I just use them simply anyway, but functionally it's very simple, but I sort of like the coloring to show you.
Yeah, that's great. I always wanted that in my showers, you know, like LEDs to show you where how
Where
hot the water
temperature
was.
is. Yeah.
Closest thing that came to that is I used to have this attachment that goes in the toilet that senses movement. So in the dark, you don't have to turn the light on; it would just light up the bowl red. So it wouldn't you know, like how red is the first color to go in darkness. So you kind of like how dark rooms work, right? So because it's a red vision, it doesn't hurt your eyes and all that sort of stuff. So
Yeah, my boss has on his yacht has what he calls night lights, so you can turn on regular lights when you're down below, or turn on night lights, which are basically just red versions. And yeah, so it doesn't ruin your night vision when you go up on deck.
exactly, because that'll wake you up if you're taking a piss to the bowl in the middle of the night. Have it turning the light on would wake you up, right?
Do you have any kind of detonating device in stock?
Sure. They're kept in that cupboard.
Ooh.
I don't suppose you have one spare?
I can't simply give you a device like that, no without a damn good reason.
Oh.
The General has a chart in his office, which he was discussing with Ubier.
Perhaps that chart will tell us where they're heading.
Maybe, but I can't get anywhere near it while the General and his sidekick are there. I had nothing else to talk about.
Really?
Hey!
Oh. I thought
Stay out of that cupboard.
that's not a good reason. What if we give the panties now?
She wouldn't have been interested.
Oh, damn.
I had nothing else to talk about.
Get the band to annoy them out. Yeah. At the risk of being executed, though, will they? I love that in the typing, they're not using the spacebar at all.
I had nothing else to talk about.
Where's Nico gone?
Hey, Nico!
Where's... Oh, there she is. Maybe we can get her to bat her eyelashes.
There was nothing else I wanted to talk to Nico about at that time.
Jeez, what's he doing? Playing pocket billiards.
Could you distract the general while I took a look at that chart?
You're kidding. Did you see the way he was leering at me?
Yeah. You'd make a great snake charmer.
Oh, hello.
5 minutes is all I need.
Well, maybe. But it's your harebrained scheme. You do the talking.
I want to know why Sideways Chat hates you, Toms.
My girlfriend has a favor she wants to ask you, General.
For you, my dear. Anything.
I've changed my mind.
Oh, no, you haven't. She's embarrassed about asking you for an interview, General.
An interview with me?
Fabuloso!
Well, I want to write a story about you.
You hear that, Ronaldo? An exclusive glossy spread about your beloved general.
Si, Signor General.
Look after things here. I'm going back to my apartment and I don't want to be disturbed.
Oh.
I'll get you for this, George Stobart.
Don't worry.
He's looking for another type of glossy spread too.
A couple of hours?
Alright, so we can look at the chart and we can also go to the jail cell now, I reckon. Maybe we can even crack the safe and look at the papers if he's too busy.
No, no, no.
Ah!
The General said nobody must see that chart.
He won't know unless you tell him.
You don't know him, Signor. He will worm it out of me as easily as he de-waxes his ear.
Okay. I'd have to get rid of him.
Oh, gotta get rid of him too.
Is there something to the right of that that you're someone else to use? Yeah, that.
Yeah, go on.
I'd still have to figure out how to get rid of Ronaldo before I went down there.
Has already told you off for? What about the map?
Especially someone else's.
No, he told me off for the map, so it's linking both.
Everything.
What's this? Oh, you can actually ask.
A world of pure imagination.
Keep that in mind, the old hint.
I didn't have time to get sidetracked by playing computer games. I decided to leave the television switched on.
Maybe we can talk to him more candidly now. It's gone.
Would you take my friend to the ruins now the general's gone?
I'd be honored, Signor.
Thanks. I'll go get her.
Oh, that's a pearl. Right, okay. Alright, things are falling into place. Pearl looks like she's got those Oakley shades that Edge used to wear in WWE.
Hmm.
I've made the arrangements for your visit to the temple, Pearl.
Oh, that's just great, George. Why don't you
What
come
time
with
Ed now? Classes.
I'd love to, but right now I have to save the world.
Looking forward to the public holiday on Tuesday, Steve?
Listen, sweetie. I'm looking for an official guide to take me to the old pyramid.
For a lovely lady, I would
Then
go
Monday
to
I'm
the end
coming
of
into
the earth.
work.
For you, I will go as far as the pyramid and back.
Ooh, hello.
But what about your husband?
What he doesn't know won't hurt him. Let's go, Beanpole.
Yeah, I'm working Monday as well.
Now, most people take it as a long weekend, but also it's my birthday.
Set out for the ruined pyramid. I prepared to search the police station.
It just feels like taking a day off on Monday, when Mondays are generally the best days because they go super quick because there's so much work to do, generally because of the weekend
Yeah,
part.
especially when they're by themselves. You get less people distracting you because they're taking the day off.
Exactly.
Also, it's not like it's a slog within a whole grouping of the 5 days. It's basically just one day between two holidays is actually pretty easy to do.
Exactly.
Oh, thanks.
The filing cabinet was probably locked.
You want to actually check, or are you just going to assume that it's locked?
The filing cabinet was probably locked. I had no need for junk mail, especially someone else's.
All right, what? Saw the fax machine go off. Now we can access the computer.
It was a computer monitor with some kind of outdated game displayed on it. I didn't have time to get sidetracked by playing computer games. The safe was undoubtedly locked.
I'm not going to check that either.
It looked like a geological survey map showing the land to the southeast of Cuaramonte City. About 60 miles inland and upstream was an area marked Teoculcan.
Lovely. Oh, don't hang yourself.
I couldn't reach the noose. I'm George Stobart. You're Miguel the musician, aren't you?
Ex-musician, senor. My career is finished.
Going to jail could be the boost your career needed.
Senor, I would rather die than live with this shame.
Why is that noose hanging from the bars?
Ronaldo strung it up for me to hang myself. Don't cry for me, Senor Stobart. When I am dead, the goddess will take my soul to rest in paradise.
Have you heard of a guy called Karzak?
Yes. The old man spoke of him.
The foreigner? Professor Oubier?
That's right. This man Karzak is Ubier's boss.
BA?
I couldn't reach the noose.
Can you give me the noose?
There was nothing I wanted to talk about right then.
All right, well, can't get the news.
I couldn't reach the light.
Do I have anything to whip the panties, make a lasso, and just...
If you give the pants to the guy, that might give him enough of a spark of life to not hang himself.
It'll be like smelling salts. He'll just get it and then be... In fact, let's try it.
I feel like I'm young again. Yeah, the fax machine just went off, but it's just a loop, a background loop.
He wouldn't be interested.
He wouldn't be interested. Do you know that for certain?
He wouldn't be interested.
It's getting long. Oh no.
got a good look at that chart in the police station. It's a map of Quaramonte.
Does it tell us where Ubier is heading?
Sure
Yeah,
does.
a place called Teoculcan.
That's the site of the mine. I wonder why they're being so secretive about Ubier's plans. One thing's for sure. If the general's involved, they're up to no good. I'd like to talk to that musician
Started
again.
making trouble in my
Take
neighborhood.
the detonator and get him out of that jail.
Okay.
And detonated down his pants. Very
Yep.
clever.
Did you end up finishing Sleepy Dogs? I know you haven't streamed it in a while, right?
Yeah, I finished Sleeping Dogs. I think it was just me and Addy Fine for the ending because it just suddenly came abruptly, but
Right.
we did what was pretty good, epic ending. And then I played the. I thought it'd be a whole stream to play the DLC, but of the Enter the Dragon inspired DLC, but ended up being that went pretty quick. So I played then a bit of the other DLC.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I finished Sleeping Dogs.
Here is the detonator, Dwayne.
Did a demo stream the other night and I
voice
played a little bit
down,
of Consortium because there's that
want
remastered
everyone to
version.
know. You'd best go and warn Miguel that the U.S. cavalry's on the way.
Okay.
That was fun. I had the little French horn noise then.
Hmm.
Hey, Miguel.
What is it? What is happening?
We're getting out of here.
Who's we? They've sent the Delta Force?
Nope.
The Impossible Missions Force?
Don't make me sick.
The A-Team!
Who then?
A retired greetings card salesman from Ohio.
I'm doomed.
Uh-oh.
You're not the only one.
I should have known you'd be trouble the moment I saw you.
Look, I can explain everything.
Get in that cell, now.
And what if I
Oh.
refuse?
He'll shoot you.
Okay, here I am, going quietly into the cell.
I thought you were meant to be at the pyramids with
Very
Pearl.
wise, not Americano scum.
One of the reasons I hate guns so much is the way they make people so damned impolite.
I hope you're enjoying your vacation, Senor Stobart.
Ah, go polish your weapon, Ronaldo.
Is that innuendos for go have a wank?
This was part of your plan, right?
Well, in a manner of speaking,
I was thinking it was kind of lame. Like you could have just said, "Go polish the general's cock" or something like that.
So, here we are.
You've changed.
I
my
thought I would
gosh.
slip into something more comfortable.
The stench of cheap cologne rolled over me like tear gas.
So, what do you want to know about me? Ask and I will answer. I will deny
Absolutely
you
nothing.
Nothing. I am a very giving person.
How nice for your friends.
Your eyes are glittering like stars.
His damn cologne was making my eyes water.
We're running out of couch.
I was running out of sofa.
Ah.
As spirited as you are beautiful, I admire that.
As long as he admired it from afar.
It's like, they say you are what you eat. Well, I think I could be you by morning if we start now.
Oh, yeah.
On close inspection, I noticed that the swordfish was peppered with machine gun bullet holes. The general was a real sportsman, and no mistake. I didn't want to watch a lot of tawdry soap operas. I didn't want the picture.
Lava lamp.
I didn't want the lava lamp.
I didn't want the
The
haggis.
tiger was beyond help.
Suppose we should talk to his mouth's too big.
Is that a lava lamp?
Sure, it's more impressive in the dark. I'll close the blinds.
No, don't do that. Not on such a beautiful day.
What is this? Hello. Jesus.
Who's the guy with the hat and the fat cigar?
My mother.
Big fish. Catch it yourself?
Catch it. Fishing poles are for children.
Then how did... Are those bullet holes?
2 magazines on full automatic. It put up quite a fight.
I, love your TV.
Oh, yeah. Cool, no?
Hey, Mumsy.
Mom, what is going on here?
Nothing, Mom. I was...
Just watching pornography with this young lady.
I'm in uniform. And when I'm in uniform, it's...
Madame la Presidente. Sorry, Madame la Presidente.
Now, what is going on here?
Nothing, Madame la Presidente. I was just showing my friend Nico some of the cool stuff I've got.
Hi.
Good afternoon, señorita. And just what are your intentions toward my son?
Intentions? We were just talking.
How nice. She has good bone structure, Raoul. Has she any brains?
She's a reporter.
Is she? And what sort of questions has she been asking?
I'm a freelance photojournalist. I do lifestyle features.
For what sort of magazines?
It looks safest to play dumb with good bone structure. Haya, lifestyle of the super rich and vainglorious, Envy magazine.
Excellent. Raoul, you've chosen well for a check.
It was pretty obvious who pulled the strings around here. I hope George was making good use of the time I was buying him.
And then it goes.
And when you were in this band of yours,
Psycho
you used to
killer.
play that song for 2 hours?
Yeah, we were really famous at our college. Still, ours wasn't as good as the original version.
I have never heard that song before, yet I have no doubt that this must be true.
Hey! Psst. Hey, George!
Dwayne Henderson. Boy, am I ever
Thought they were
glad
gonna
to see
make the
you.
joke that
Get
he's
to
part
the
of Talking
American
Heads.
Consul and tell him I've been imprisoned without charge.
Get real, George. He was the previous occupant of that cell you're in. We're gonna have to use good old American know-how to get you out of there.
Uh-oh.
That and this
I mean, it's
truck full of
blowing up.
explosives
Yes.
I've got here.
Dwayne, listen to me. You'll kill all of us.
You're such a naysayer, George. It'll go like
A
clockwork.
full truck of explosives to blow open a
Negative
wall.
to negative. It's positive to you gotta get the bare copper wire here. Let me just.
Is this game,
All right.
from what I can tell, it's supposed to be a comedy? Like, it's more of a comedy than, I guess, the tone of it?
I think it's a column A, column B.
You have strange customs up north.
Here we go.
Too late.
Are we dead yet?
Oh, what's... Oh, it's a rat.
Shit.
Oh,
What happened
oh.
to the explosives?
There ain't no explosives. My dumbass supplier must have given me organic fertilizer instead of chemical. All I got here is 400 pounds of lightly fried horse apples.
That's a lovely image, Dwayne. Never mind, I'll think of something.
Wow. Okay.
I couldn't reach the noose. Listen to me, Miguel. You give me that rope, and I'll get us out of here.
Is this like
Is
the
there somewhere you can hide from the gentleman?
Shanghai Noon
course.
piss on the rope to make it
My friends
stronger?
have a boat ready to take me upriver.
I thought of that
How
thing
are you going to break out of
recently.
here
I was
with
going to
just
make
a
a
short
joke
piece of
about
rope?
that.
I'm not sure, but I'll think of something.
If your plan doesn't work, will you let me hang myself in peace?
I couldn't reach the light.
Dun, 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 dun. Uh-uh.
The door was locked.
Yeah. Door? Oh, the lock itself.
I didn't have the key to the lock.
Can we pick the lock with this? What? We've picked the lock with that before. Let me try that again. What about with the door itself? Nope. I guess not. Can we...
That's weird.
I didn't have the key to the lock.
Didn't have...
The door was locked. There was nothing I wanted to talk about right then. I couldn't escape that way.
Couldn't we? Can we use... Let us see. What do we got? There's Wayne. Light. Can't reach the light. Hang George? Yeah, maybe we should hang George. Oh, there's something over here, actually. Oh,
I
toilet.
wasn't going to demean myself by using the bucket until I was desperate.
And I... What if we put the panties in the bucket and say we shat ourselves? No. Oh. It's going to be the old attach it to the car and drive away.
I had nothing else to ask him.
See?
The door was locked. Hey, Dwayne, I want you to tie this rope to your truck and then drive forward. I'd had no idea whether this was really going to work, but I'd seen it in a black and white Western.
Yeah.
Of course, Hopalong was using a horse, and Dwayne had a 4-ton truck, but hey, the principle's sound.
Anything you say, George.
Please forgive my mother. She can be a little difficult.
Oh, my feet. Raoul, propose, you idiot.
Don't mind her. She just wants grandchildren.
Don't think I can't hear you, Raoul. I want the worthy successor, and you're not it. Propose now, or I'll do it for you.
Look, Nico, we haven't known each other very long, but...
Oh.
What the hell was that?
I didn't know what was going on.
What was that
but
noise?
Georges had to be involved in it somewhere.
Oh, wow. Just ripped the whole wall away.
I ain't gonna say a thing, 'cause that sweet sound of falling masonry says it all.
Quick, senor. The river.
Huh? Wait, what about Nico?
There she is. Get in.
Georges, what have you done? You only had to sneak a look at the chart, and it's turned into World War III.
Yep.
No time to explain. Come on.
Blam, 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 blam.
Terrorist scum. You talking to me, Junior? Yes, I'm talking to you, fat man. And my name's not Junior. A word
Is that
to the
Cam
wise,
Clark?
Junior. You carry on waving that pea shooter in my face, and the next person who sees it is gonna be your proctologist.
He's gonna stick the gun in his bum.
General, I am happy to report that I have apprehended the terrorist.
You idiot, not them. The other American and the French woman. They're the ones.
I had to have a cloak.
Oh yeah.
Assuming they were
When I
camping on
recovered
the bank.
consciousness, I was alone.
Oh, no, they were in
washed
the
up
thing.
on the riverbank. My head was
Okay.
aching fiercely, and my mouth tasted like a swamp. At first, I thought the music I heard was in my head. Just my luck to wind up in paradise with a migraine. But I followed the sound and discovered a treehouse in a nearby clearing.
Jailbreak. Escape the quarantine jail. Coramonte jail, rather. Alright, well, I reckon that is a perfect spot to call it. Making good progress. Let's see what percentage we're at. We're at 47%. Lovely. Alrighty, well, thank you very much for joining. That was great. We will be back next week to continue on. Make sure, as per usual, you do something for you this weekend. Have a good coffee, have a taco, have a pizza. Whatever it takes just to get that smile on your face. Let's see if there is anyone online. Who can we send you across to? You know what? I'm going to send you guys across to our good friend Brain Martyr. He is currently doing a Rocksmith stream. Locking you guys in. Ready to fire you off into the sunset. But yeah, we will catch you next week. Until then, think of the panties. Toodaloo.
I've always think of the panties. See everyone.